Hello everyone, this is Qasim again. I wanted to follow up my previous tutorials to address some of the issues that some of you have been facing while using the nxCricket app to score for the ongoing OCL games. It's been about 3 weeks. We've had several different types of problems that people have faced. I just wanted to address some of those and also help tackle some of the problems in terms of the scorecards that are coming out. All right, so one of the main issues or main problems that we have seen obviously is the ability to kind of go back and make any changes to the existing stats or whatever scores that have been clocked or calculated via the nxCricket app. So I would just wanted to demonstrate how you do have the ability to go into an existing scorecard or a completed match scorecard and make changes. The other thing, and this is I think more related to how you guys are putting information, is obviously making sure you have full names for all the players in your teams, and that would be under the team management. So if you want to go in and manage your squad, you want to make sure that that information is again full and complete with first and last name instead of just the first name. All right, so I'll start with a scenario where you have a match that you scored using the nxCricket app, and you completed the match and you marked it as completed, and then you sent it out and Rio had some issues or some changes that needed to be made. So if you tap the completed match on the bottom left to switch between active and completed matches views, you'll see the list of completed matches. And again, if you get the request to make any changes or update any existing matches, you have the ability to go into the completed matches view, select the match, and you can see over here it's showing that Portland Vikings won by 10 wickets, which we really did not. We did lose about 6 wickets. So I'll show you how you can edit that, make sure those changes are done and taken care of, and then resend the scorecard. So for this match, we use the same device for both innings. I'm always open to sharing since it makes it easier. Anyway, so I went into the completed match from the completed matches view, got into settings, and instead from match completed, I switched the status to no. The match is not yet completed. So all you have to do is get into match completed, get it to say no, and then hit save on the top right. And then I'm going to close out of here. And then I'm going to switch my view to active matches, and you'll see now that match, the Beaverton Kings and Portland Viking match, is an active match. So from here I can select that active match again. It'll take me back to the interface where I can now edit the match. So again, if you're seeing instances where 2.4 overs are going to one bowler as opposed to where they need to go, etc., if you need to edit any of the existing stats or existing overs allocated or information around that, you have the ability to use the edit component on the bottom right to edit a specific over, edit all, or edit the batsman. So if I choose to edit all, for example, it'll bring me to this over by over breakdown of what's going on with each over, and I can select which over or where exactly the issue happened, go into the over, choose to edit the over, either remove or add any balls, or select a specific ball and make the change to say that the batsman who was actually facing here was someone else, or it was a wide or a different run instead of being a dot ball. So you can definitely make all the changes from here. You can also go back. I'm going to go back to score, and you can choose to edit the batsman. So I can choose to edit batsman, and then I can say this batsman who is currently on the scorecard was actually this other batsman. So if by mistake, if you ended up allocating or putting runs to a batsman who wasn't actually the actual player, then you have the ability to switch with the batsman. So you can do some edits, you can make some changes like that, and that'll address whatever issues are coming out in terms of, okay, this needs to be edited, or this is wrong, or this is not how it needs to play itself out. You can also see 116 for 6, and then Beaverton Kings were 115 for 5. So another thing that I wanted to point out was that in the first tutorial, I showed you how you can create and manage teams. So you have teams that you're managing, but these are essentially teams that are consistent of your entire squad. So you might have 15, 20, 25 people who you have put in here for future use. But in the context of a match, you have to truncate your squad to the playing 11 because not all 20 people are included in that match. So if by default you start a match and you set the teams, it'll bring your entire squad and make them a part of your team. So in the context of the match itself, it is recommended that you go in and you update information around your squad. So from here, you can see it says 10 wickets, and I can select the team, so Portland Vikings, and I can from here edit the specific players for this match. So now we are in the context of match, so I can from here choose to edit and then remove the players who did not play this match. So I know who the players were that did not participate in this existing match, and when I'm deleting it from here, it is only removing those people from specifically in the context of this match. So now you can see our playing 11 is truncated to exactly that 11 players. And once I've made those edits and I hit save, now I go back and you'll see it says Portland Vikings won by 4 wickets instead of 10 wickets. So it'll by default take all the entire squad, and it'll calculate, add them up, and give you the results appropriately. So I suggest at the beginning of the match, once you create a new match, you go into the squad and you designate your playing 11. You also have the ability to change essentially the order. So if you wanted to designate the batting order that you will follow through, you can get into, click on the team itself, the team name, get into this view. From here again, choose to edit, and then using the 3 lines on the right, you can then move this player up and down. And what that does is you can see those players, those people would be listed in the right order in this scoring view essentially. So again, just a way of managing your squad, managing the specific team in the context of the match. And if you guys start doing this, you start updating or making those changes, then it'll reflect appropriately. So in the context of a new match, if I were trying, going forward, hopefully if I were, following along, so 1 inning, 2, 20, and then create. The ideal situation or the ideal format would be, once you get in here, once you create a match, then you go in and you actually define your playing 11. And you do the same for the other team. You define the playing 11, whatever names you currently have, you edit it, make sure you take the full names, first and last name, and you set those up, because that does make it easier and it is critical. And again, from here, you can also edit the batting order, whatever lineup you have. You can always change it, you can always switch it later if you need to, but that's the model that it's trying to follow. So I'm actually going to just remove that match. All right, so I've made those changes, and now once I've made the changes, I can go back into settings and mark the match completed again, and that would take whatever edits or changes I made, and it will now reflect the updated scorecard with the corrections. So that's how you can kind of go into your existing matches that you have used nxCricket app to score, and then you wanted to make some edits and changes in. You can certainly use this ability to essentially mark a match not completed, or not yet complete, and then it gives you the ability to edit specific overs, batsman stats, or information around that. You can also edit the player information, so correct the name or update the name to include first and last name. A lot of those things that Rio has been asking for, you can fix that. Another thing that Rio did mention and brought up was the fact that it seems like teams are still continuing to score on paper, and then they get home or wherever and they update this information. And I don't know if that's always going to be an accurate way to do it, because that's where a lot of information, a lot of mistakes will happen, and you'll have miscued stats, and it'll not make it easy for Rio to figure that out. He'll have to reach back out to you, get the answers. So again, you want to try and leverage this functionality or leverage this app on the field, take advantage of it as best as it's made available. Another thing that I would recommend, and I know it's asking a lot, is that you guys try to sort of share the device and use score on the same device. If that's not realistically an option, then from a previous tutorial number 2, I did show you how you can via Bluetooth import or export a match or a team information, and then that way at the end whoever scores in the second innings has a more completed scorecard instead of one inning scorecards that I've been receiving. And it's a little bit of an effort, but it will seriously save you guys, save me, save Rio, all of us a lot of hassle. And I know I would like to be able to sort of see a contained, more collated or put together information around our matches throughout the T20 and the T30 tournament, so that I can go back and look at the scores. So part of being able to score and track is again this tournament functionality where I can put in information and you can see it's now since I haven't marked the Vikings game completed, it's saying played 2, 1-1, and it'll automatically update and calculate the information around net run rate. And this is obviously focused on the Portland Vikings roster and our team, but it'll give you all the information. It'll give you the batsman stats, so who's the top batsman, who's the top bowler. You have the ability to email those stats, so you can generate and sort of calculate your own team statistics as long as you're using the app the right way, making sure you're putting all the right information and making sure you're following some of essentially the best practices. Put in full player names, update necessary information, make sure you're following along. If you have any other confusion or clarity that you need, I've made myself more than available. You can always reach out, email, call me, and I don't mind working with you to help fix this. For those people who do have existing scorecards that need fixing, I think I will try to schedule some kind of an online meeting for us all, so that you can remotely get into the meeting and then I can walk you through how to fix and update any issues. Anyway, so I just wanted to take 10-15 minutes to address some of the issues that people have been facing, walk you through how to fix them or what the options are around fixing them, and then take it from there. Just to reiterate, again, you can go back and update the player names from here. So I can select that and then type in the current name for Sujit. You can see for me, I actually imported pictures and put on pictures around players. So again, just making the functionality, the whole experience a lot more robust. All right, well, thanks for spending 15 minutes with me and understanding the functionality and what your different options are in terms of being able to edit your completed scorecards. Once again, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Enjoy your games. Good luck with your season. Thank you.